I met her at the shopping mall. It was a humid Saturday afternoon, the kind that makes you crave air conditioning and quiet. I was picking out a watch for my younger brother's graduation gift when she walked in, poised, graceful, and with the kind of presence that makes the whole room slow down. She was holding a struggling toddler, trying to calm him while browsing through handbags. Her laughter was soft, her voice smooth, and when our eyes met near the checkout, something clicked. I offered her my spot in the queue. She smiled. We spoke. And suddenly, we were sipping coffee at a nearby café like old friends. Her name was Hira, a freelance graphic designer. She said, smart, creative, full of life. She talked about books, dreams, and how hard it was to find men who still believed in love. I didn't plan on falling for her, but I did. Within months, we were inseparable. Dates turned into weekends, weekends into family introductions. My mother adored her. My sister called her a breath of fresh air. So I proposed. The wedding was small but elegant, just close friends and family. She moved into my home, and I felt like life had given me everything I never knew I needed. We traveled, laughed, built dreams together. She designed the interiors of our new house, while I focused on growing my import business. We hired a driver, Nabil, after I had a minor accident one night while too tired to drive. Quiet guy, respectful, stayed out of sight. I never paid him much attention. About a year and a half in, Hira started to change. At first, I chalked it up to routine. The honeymoon phase doesn't last forever, right? She became distant. Her mood shifted frequently. Some days cheerful, others cold and distracted. She stopped joining me on work dinners and always had excuses for skipping family events. I asked her if she was okay. She said she was just tired, that she needed space. Marriage can get overwhelming, she said. I understood, or at least I thought I did. Then came the lies. I'd come home early and find her startled. Once, I walked in and the TV was off, but 2 cups of tea were on the table. She claimed a neighbor had stopped by. Another time, she said she was at the salon, but I ran into her stylist, who mentioned Hira hadn't been in for weeks. Still, I didn't want to believe it. Everything changed the day I forgot my phone. I was halfway to a meeting when I realized it was at home. I asked Nabil to turn around. He hesitated, mumbling something about traffic, but I insisted. The house was quiet when I entered, too quiet, and that's when I saw it. 2 shadows in the hallway mirror. A woman's giggle. Familiar. My heart stopped. I crept forward, stepped silent, and there they were. Hira, my wife, laughing, arms around Nabil, my driver. Her lips brushed his cheek. Their closeness left no doubt. It wasn't the first time. I didn't burst in. I just walked out. My world collapsed silently, like a house of cards no one knew was built. That night, I sat in the car for hours. Rage, betrayal, disbelief, all of it coursed through me. I finally walked in, and she was in the living room, humming, acting like nothing had happened. I looked her in the eyes and said, "How long has it been?" Her smile vanished. "What? You and Nabil?" She froze. Then, slowly, she sat down. Tears welled in her eyes. But I was done. She tried to speak. Apologies, excuses, but none of it mattered anymore. "I trusted you," I said, "more than anyone." And she had broken it, shattered it. Nabil? He was gone by morning, took his things, and disappeared. The next weeks were a blur. Lawyers, division property, family shocked into silence. Hira left, moving in with her cousin. Divorce followed quickly. She didn't contest anything. Maybe she knew she had no ground to stand on. People asked me why I didn't try to fix it. Because love doesn't survive betrayal. Respect doesn't regrow from lies. It's been over a year now. I live alone again. I cook my own food, drive myself. I trust slowly and speak less. But I also laugh more freely with a few who truly care. Hira reached out once. An email said she missed the life we had, that it was a mistake, that she had been lonely. I deleted it unread. Some scars don't need reopening. And that driver? He was just a symptom. The real disease was dishonesty. We met in a mall, fell in love, built a life, and it all fell apart. Not because love isn't enough, but because loyalty is everything. The home I built for her still stands, but now it's filled with peace. And not even betrayal can take that from me. They say time heals all wounds, but they never tell you what that healing looks like. It's not dramatic. It doesn't arrive like a sunrise or feel like a revelation. It creeps in silently. One day you wake up and realize you didn't think of them the night before. And then the next day, you don't think of them at all. In the months following the divorce, I became someone new. Not bitter, just sharper, wiser. I rebuilt myself quietly. I poured myself into work, expanded the business, hired better people, took control of things I'd once outsourced to others, including hiring a new driver, an older man with grandkids and no interest in anything beyond his job and a good cup of chai. But it wasn't just about control anymore. It was about clarity. Hira's presence faded like a perfume that once lingered in the hallway but now had no trace. Her favorite mug gathered dust on the top shelf. Her laughter, once warm background music to my evenings, was just an echo in memory. People in my circle gradually stopped asking about her. At first, there were whispers, awkward silences when her name came up. Then, slowly, she was erased from conversations altogether. I didn't chase closure. I didn't stalk her social media or ask friends about her. I didn't want updates. I didn't need them. I wasn't interested in who she became after me, because I was becoming someone better without her. It was a random Tuesday when I received a handwritten letter. Unfamiliar handwriting. No return address. Just my name, spelled correctly, which eliminated most junk. I opened it. It was from Hira. I know I'm the last person you want to hear from, but I need to write this. Not for forgiveness. I don't expect that. But because you deserve the truth. What happened between Nabil and me, it wasn't love. It wasn't passion. It was emptiness. I felt disconnected, and instead of talking to you, I escaped. I chose the wrong path, and I destroyed something that could have been beautiful. I hope you found peace. I truly do. Hira, I didn't react. Not anger, not pity, just stillness. I folded the letter, walked to the fireplace, and dropped it in. Some stories don't deserve a second read. Eventually, peace stopped being something I chased and became the place I lived in. I met someone new, not in a mall, not through friends, just by chance. Again, this time at a bookstore cafe, two people reaching for the same novel. Her name was Ariba, a teacher, empathetic, grounded, simple. She asked questions and actually listened. She didn't care about luxury or appearances, just truth. We took it slow. No grand decorations. No whirlwind courtship. Just honest, steady presence. And when I told her about my past, she didn't judge. She nodded slowly and said something I'll never forget. You didn't fail at love. You survived someone who didn't understand it. Epilogue. Stronger than before. Looking back, I don't regret meeting Hira. She taught me how fragile love can be when it lacks respect. She showed me that betrayal doesn't always come from enemies. It sometimes wears a smile you thought you knew. But most importantly, she reminded me who I was before her and who I could become after. I now live in the same house, but it doesn't feel like hers anymore. It's mine again. Every wall knows the truth I've lived through, and every room echoes not with betrayal, but with resilience. She broke my heart, but in doing so, she freed me from the illusion, and what's left behind is stronger than anything I lost.